Welcome on the pure wisdom, chosen ones. What I'm going to say may surprise or maybe shock you. If you're seeing this video, it's no accident. You're here for a purpose. Who you really are has been revealed, and a detective is investigating you. Your name appears in chats you should not have been a part of. All eyes are on you right now, watching, studying, and trying to figure out what makes you unique. And the reality is, you gave yourself away. This was not a mistake. It wasn't carelessness. It was inevitable. No matter how hard you attempt to blend in or be invisible, your presence is apparent. The way you move, think, and affect your surroundings is now quite unique. You're not like them. You never were. For years, they neglected you. They rejected you. They laughed at you. But now they see what was always there. Your potential is no longer a secret. Your power and influence are difficult to ignore. You entered rooms and altered the energy. You talked, and everyone listened. You did not ask to be known, but it arrived nevertheless. And now, they now have no idea what to do with you. The system depends on predictability and control. And how about you? You are the variable. They never take into consideration, and this worries them. That is why they send a detective, not just to research, but also to comprehend and discover how he accomplished it. But they don't realize that there is nothing to comprehend. This isn't something you learn. You did not make this up. This is you. There is no amount of supervision. No amount of queries will ever provide an answer. They're seeking for. They know your name now. They are aware of your differences. That is why they fear you. Listen to me. This message is not for everyone. It is for the selected few, for those whose hearts flame with the truth. If these words speak to you, you know this message is for you. Jesus Christ knew that you would get this word at the appropriate moment, and it did. This is just what you need. This is a heavenly message to remind you of your actual strength. It is critical that you accept the call at the conclusion of the message. Make careful to watch the video till the conclusion. Now, I want you to do 3 things, such as subscribe to the video, so we can attain 15,000 subscribers and participate in the comments. Jesus, thank you. Now, let's go further. The chosen ones. Pay close attention. You weren't sure who you were. For you, it was just a battle for life. A voyage that kept you up at night, pondering, attempting to discover the truth, attempting to open your eyes, but not realizing it. You've won the war. You questioned the order they'd established. You pushed their bounds. You rejected the molds. As a result, you made them afraid. Every move, decision, and revolt threw off their calculations. You refused to accept the persona they had placed on you. They wanted you to be a normal person, but you weren't ordinary. They intended to restrict your thinking, but you shattered the shackles. They are now after you. Your strength and light have risen to the point that others are beginning to notice you. Your name has been uttered. Your presence was felt. They want to know who you are and what you provide. You are no longer controlled. You have become a danger to the order that they have established. They will use a variety of tactics to subdue you. They will terrify you and fill you with distrust. They will inform you that you are on the incorrect road. They'll leave you alone. They will attempt to take away everything you depend on in order to extinguish your light. However, keep in mind that the darkness is most afraid of the light. This route will not be simple. There will be many hurdles. However, each hurdle serves as a test for you. It will increase your strength. It will strengthen your resolve to not surrender to the system they have set up. You will get the power that made you selected. They will attempt to manipulate your thoughts. They will whisper falsehoods to you. The conflict is useless. They will say, go back. There's a simpler method, but you've seen the reality. When you wake up, you can't sleep again. You will never be able to shut your eyes again after seeing the reality. The chosen ones. If this message has touched your heart, you may express your appreciation by clicking the super thank you button in the video to thank God. The quantity is unimportant. I simply want you to show God how much you want this gift. Also, email this video to someone you love right now so they may benefit from this important message. God appreciates those who spread his message. Thank you for your support. Now let us go on to the second trap. Pay close attention to what follows. When you entered a room, everyone noticed you because of your sexual aura. You did not accomplish anything. You made no effort. Nonetheless, eyes were drawn to you. Men envied you. Women attempted to comprehend you. Someone wanted you. Some dreaded you. However, no one could ignore you since you're not a normal person. You have the ability to transform people's energy. People who approach you have faster heartbeats. Without realizing it, you leave an impression on the thoughts of those with whom you speak. You control the energy of the area you enter. Is it a blessing or a curse? The answer to this question is totally up to you. But you should know this. Those like you, the chosen ones, are never alone. They'll strive to comprehend you. They'll want to figure you out. Some people will attempt to utilize you. Some will want to destroy you because you do not fit into their system. You cannot be controlled. You may realize that some friendships are dissolving. Some individuals are moving away from you. However, this is not a loss. To the contrary, it represents freedom. You are now a member of a worldwide order. Your energy is incompatible with others who vibrate at lower frequencies. So those who are departing from you were truly required for you to climb. They were holding you back. Another reason you are recognized is your mysterious nature. Your existence is like an insoluble mystery. People attempt to identify you, but they can't since you're not like everyone else. Your energy does not alter. It constantly recreates itself. People who see you once are unable to forget you because you possess an appeal that they cannot comprehend. Some individuals believe that your charisma is luck. Some people perceive your accomplishment as a coincidence. But everyone knows you have a different light within. Your talks are remarkable, your stance is firm, and your presence is commanding. When you enter a location and there is stillness, it is not a coincidence. People may sense your enthusiasm. Their subconscious recognizes you. You are an enlightened soul, and in this universe, the awakened upset the sleeping as they learn more about you. They will either get connected to you or flee away from you, because you're someone who does not conceal the truth. Many people fear you because you have the ability to remove the masks that surround you. That's why you sometimes felt lonely. Sometimes you're not understood. But this is not a curse. It is a gift, because you are free of traditional bonds. Those that got in your path are no longer in your life. Don't consider it a loss. It is truly a freedom. Those that burden you, those who take your energy, those that pull you down without even realizing it are leaving in their wake. People that think like you arrive. Energy is gravitational. What do you believe you're attracting? When you feel powerful, strong individuals enter your life. If you are feeling gloomy, you will constantly have troubles in your life. So you have to be cautious. Its imagination builds its own reality. Those that are strong, like you, face big challenges all the time. Those that are strong, like you, face big challenges all the time. Throughout history, God's chosen ones have taken the same route. They also were acknowledged. They too created enemies. They too faced trials. But in the end, God's purpose was realized, and they discovered their actual identities. Do you think Moses was selected by God? But did he triumph? What happened when he was chosen? No. To the contrary, he endured the most difficult challenges. He was born a prince. However, he had to seek God in solitary in the desert. He learned to liberate his people by using God's strength rather than Pharaoh's. He first had to break his own bonds. He, too, was examined and rejected independently. But in the end, he accomplished the job that God had given him. Don't forget that Jesus Christ was also acknowledged. He wasn't just a carpenter's kid. He answered God's summons and even the devil had to confront him. He fasted for 40 days in the wilderness. He had difficulties. Satan attempted to seduce him by promising him all the kingdoms of the earth. But he refused. He realized he didn't need worldly dominion because he understood God's genuine power. But he did pay the price. They betrayed him. Even his closest friends had turned away from him. But ultimately, God prevailed, and Jesus Christ rose. You are on the same route. You have also been spotted. Maybe your buddies are turning on you. Maybe society does not comprehend you. Perhaps your adversaries want to destroy you. But they are tests. God tests his chosen ones before raising them up. You too must get through these examinations. But know that you are not alone. God is with you. Don't lose faith like Abraham, like Moses, like Jesus. Keep going. They will place barriers in your path. They won't believe in you. They will even attempt to malign you. But as long as you follow God's instructions, victory will be yours. Choose your next moves wisely. Conserve your own energy. Stay away from folks who would hurt you. Avoid circumstances that do not help you become closer to God. Increase your strength via prayer, because you're the chosen one, and the world has acknowledged you. You can't hide longer. Another explanation is that your internal strength and spiritual frequency are high. People sense energy without recognizing it. Your presence generates a field. People react differently to you because you're not like everyone else. They're accustomed to your power. Brings to the surface their deepest worries and anxieties. Have you ever observed that someone you've never met seems extremely interested in you or entirely distant? This is the outcome of the energy being identified. Some are attracted to your brightness, while others avoid it because you are a mirror. Your presence either makes people discover who they are or drives them away. That is why some people condemn you without really understanding you. Others want to be with you. Some consider you a menace. Others see you as a source of inspiration. However, you cannot go undetected. Another indicator is the intensity and impact of your stare. Your eyes are a reflection of your spirit, and just staring at individuals allows you to connect with their innermost selves. People who are used to superficiality find your gaze unsettling because they do not want their underlying realities exposed. However, you uncover them without recognizing it. Some individuals are afraid to look into your eyes because your inner strength exposes the falsehoods and anxieties they keep hidden. Others, on the other hand, refuse to take their gaze away from you. They see something in you that they don't comprehend, yet have a great attraction to. This is the outcome of your spiritual illumination and increased consciousness. That is exactly why some people don't understand you. Your intensity, depth, and knowledge frighten them because you are not like the average individual. You are a spirit sent to the planet to effect change. People may sense your presence even when you don't say anything. Even if you're the quietest person in the room, your energy captures everyone's attention. Because your presence, as much as your words, have an influence. Most individuals raise their voices to avoid being lost in the throng, and they use unnatural movements to grab attention. But you don't need it. You possess a natural authority. People feel compelled to listen to you. They are fascinated about your ideas. And this is one of the most telling signals that the system knows you, since the world perceives individuals who are highly aware, understand their power, and exist with their energy as a danger. They are terrified of those they can't manage. So they'll either ignore you or attempt to include you into their system. But you're free, and that makes you even more deadly. They know who you are now. They attempted to ignore you. They intended to ignore you. They attempted to make you part of the system. You don't have to hide anymore, because regardless of what they do, the truth will come out. You're not a normal person. Not only do they know it, you are aware of this as well. This is a call to self-discovery. Everything and anybody who attempts to limit your potential, extinguish your light, or make you less than you are is irrelevant anymore, since your very presence is evidence enough. You've woken up and can't go back to sleep. You now have two options. Either you accept the position they've given you and blend in with the crowd, or you embrace your actual identity and build your own path. But know this, people like you do not back down. You're a light not just for yourself, but for everyone who has been lost in this system. Your realization will arouse other spirits. You can no longer behave like a normal person. Your words, stance, and even your presence have an influence. Your every move is like a wave. People are watching and listening to you. Sometimes they're unknowingly influenced by you. But remember that awareness is a weapon. If you don't know how to utilize it, they will try to silence you. So be silent but effective. Say exactly what you mean. However, don't fight pointless wars. Act consciously. Every move you take has an impact on not just yourself, but also on others around you. Create your own self-discipline because they want you to get lost in your own internal conflict. However, as you travel with God's direction, your way will be lighted. The Chosen One. This message is not for everyone. Those who heard this message yet felt nothing. I've already turned off the video, but they will regret missing what I'm going to say. However, even if they had listened, they would not have understood. So this message is exclusively for those who are present today. Pay close attention. Not one detective, not even 100. Detectives may uncover your actual strength. Because this isn't ordinary power. This is God's gift to you. It is a symbol of wisdom, indicating that the human intellect cannot completely grasp unless God lets it. Nobody can see your actual potential. Nobody can comprehend it. Nobody can make sense of it. They were already aware that you were unusual. They just did not want to accept it. They sensed there was something odd about you, but they couldn't put it into words. When they sought to comprehend you, they felt restless within. The more they couldn't access your secrets, the less influence they had over you. The more they were unable to absorb you into their system, the more afraid they were. You are an entity that disrupts their memory. You're acting outside of the rules. You do not fit into molds. They cannot confine you. That is why, no matter what they try, they will be unable to entirely unravel you, since this is a God-given feature. But it doesn't stop there. You must ask the true question. Why are they paying so close attention to you? Why do they want to understand you? Because you're not just different. You are the truth that threatens their very survival. The system is intended solely for those who comply. For them, a person like you is a mistake, an exception, an oddity. They may not understand you, but they certainly fear you. Because people who are watching you understand that if you wake up, you will awaken others. And that's when the world they rule begins to disintegrate. Now think about it. Have you noticed any unusual occurrences lately? People you don't know give you odd stares. Some people are now attempting to degrade or ignore you. Others are oddly attracted to you, despite the fact that they do not recognize you. Do you believe these are coincidental? The reality is beginning to reveal itself to you. The issue is, are you ready for it? If I am, might Jesus utilize my comments? And now pay close attention to this. From now on, it is only for those who accept the call. Think about it. Haven't the events in your life recently accelerated? Random encounters and coincidences. Deep ideas that keep you up at night are beyond your ability to comprehend. These are not simply your thoughts. Some people are testing you. Some people are testing you. Some are just watching. But everyone is aware. They want to know the truth, which only you know. Why are you different? You don't know the solution, do you? But understand that neither do they. Their fear stems from their lack of knowledge. Because no matter how hard they try, they can't figure out your secrets. Now think about anyone you've just met. More individuals that want to assist you or ignore you. Perhaps you are unintentionally driving others away. Is it a coincidence? I do not think so. We're at a crossroads. You cannot live the way you used to, since an awakened mind can never return to its previous state. And that is where you are today. You have the option of continuing to pursue the truth or closing your eyes and returning to your previous existence. But you must understand this. There's no going back. Once again, the truth is beginning to reveal itself. But are you truly prepared for it? If you have not yet experienced a complete awakening, the following Bible tale will do so. It will educate you and cause a spiritual awakening. A guy called Saul once existed, and he was a system man. He supported authority and attempted to quiet God's chosen ones. He tried all he could to track out Jesus' disciples, imprison them, and silence them. Saul symbolized those who rejected the truth and made war against it. One day, Saul left for Damascus. His objective was clear: to quiet the believers and destroy the truth. But right in the midst of his plans, God stopped him. A heavenly light transformed everything, and he heard a voice. "Saul, why are you targeting me?" Everything Saul had ever understood about truth crumbled in that instant, because the voice was Jesus, the same one whose existence he had denied and whose followers he had attempted to eliminate. Saul slumped to the ground. He had been really proud. He felt he had been powerful his whole life. But at that same time, he collapsed. After that fall, he became blind. However, the actual blindness was not physical. It was spiritual. He needed to shut his eyes to see the reality. He went 3 days without eating or drinking anything. He questioned his very existence. He recognized that everything he had believed for years was wrong, and that what the system had taught him was only an illusion. His change occurred over the course of 3 days. Anastasia approached him, prayed, and scales dropped from her eyes. He could now see, and he started to see not just the world, but also the truth. Saul was no more Saul. He'd changed his name to Paul, and from that point on, Paul became a fighter who lived to promote the message of God. You too have spent years believing the falsehoods that the system has taught you. They push you to walk without understanding who you were or what power you had. But now you've reached the end of that route. Exactly like Saul was blinded. Your eyes were unable to perceive the reality. But now the voice that has been calling you has arrived. This message is not coincidental. This might be the beginning of your metamorphosis. I pray in the name of the Almighty, the ultimate wellspring of truth. Amen. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, share with your friends, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. Stay tuned for more, because the story doesn't end here. Let's keep breaking boundaries together. If you're enjoying the content on Pure Wisdom and find value in the messages we share, I encourage you to subscribe. Based on the latest analytics, 93.9% of viewers are watching without subscribing. By subscribing, you not only stay updated with new content, but also support the channel's growth, allowing us to continue spreading wisdom for the chosen ones. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important message. Let's build this community together.